congratulations. Look who's here for week 2. I'm so excited to see all your faces, and I know it looks like there should be 1 or 2 more maybe peeking on here. But I'm really excited to see you guys here. So we're just going to jump into it and get started. Whoops, it would be good if I shared my screen first before I started clicking on those things. So here we go. All right. So let's try it this way. And there we go. Okay. So again, welcome everyone. And, you know, I just want you to take note. I know we just kind of had a view where we got to see everybody, but I do just want to take note that, you know, not everybody that was here on the last call is here today. So I want to congratulate you guys on getting your homework done and getting things turned in, and going ahead and talking to your directors. So, okay, I'm going to need to do something different with this. Okay, there we go. All right, so look at this. So you made it to week 2. So now tell me, like, didn't you think the call on the products that Joe and Christina did was absolutely awesome? I mean, I don't know. I thought that one was pretty cool, and I feel like I only listened to it once, and I need to listen to it like 3 or 4 more times. Anyone else feel that way?
Oh, I did. I listened to it 3 times, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it was amazing.
Awesome. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Tell me a little bit about, like, which tips did you really like resonated with you about that call?
I liked the part where she talked about the skillet being the most expensive pot in your house, or whatever, it's cookware in your house, because you have to buy it so many times. And I thought that was just, you know, oh my gosh, you know, I always use like the can opener, like you pay more for it, but you don't have a bazillion broken can openers in your drawer, and it's going to last longer. But I thought, oh my gosh, what a much better way to sell our cookware instead of a $21 or $22 can opener. I thought that was awesome. And just the way everything that they did was awesome.
Very cool. Who else? Thank you, Lori. Who else wants to share?
Okay, I totally loved Stacy's video more than anything else.
Stacy Isles, yeah.
Yes, because the way that she was it was like watching Claudia, I think. Like, so comfortable with what she's talking about that you're like, oh my gosh. And the whole $100 dress that's now $25 because you can use it 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really getting people to have a visual about the double burner grill pan, and that you could use that from breakfast to dinner the entire time. So that was amazing to me personally.
Awesome.
That's where I need help, is with the painting, the pictures. And that was a great example of a picture painting that this could be the only pan I need in my house for a grill pan. And, you know, that's what I need to do with everything.
Awesome. Terrific. Okay. Well, was there anyone else that wanted to share, or otherwise I'm going to move on?
I don't remember which one it was, but they pointed out that the center of the catalog is the most expensive items, or the hottest items. And I didn't notice that. I don't remember which one that was, because I watched so many of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when you think about, like, a Sports Illustrated has a centerfold, and that's where everyone draws their attention to, it's the same, right? It's the same with our catalog, right? Because the hottest items are in the centerfold of our catalog. So there you go.
I have to remember that.
Yeah, see, and isn't it funny how, like, we hear different word choices, and then it, like, triggers our own creative juices, right? Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Terrific. So now that you have some, like, new and amazing selling skills under your belt, you're going to be able to start sharing these tips and ideas when you're at your shows, and also while you're out and about. And we're going to talk more about that today. So it's totally natural for us to start talking about bookings and prospecting next, which is kind of my favorite. So, okay. So it's super easy to share what you're really excited about once you're educated on it, once you know the details, right? And did you guys know that families who eat dinner together have children who do better on their SATs and have better interviewing skills, are less promiscuous and less apt to do drugs, smoke, or drink? And it's all because they ate dinner together. And actually the person that wrote this, has had personal experience with that. So, but when we know information like that, it's really hard not to share what you know, right? I mean, like if you find like something that's super amazing that helped you get rid of a cough when everybody's sick, right? You are going to like go and share about that with everyone that has a cough, right? So, okay. So how does it make you feel to know that you guys, I mean, like literally every person on this call is having an impact on future generations just by going to work, just by doing what we do with Pampered Chef? I think Lisa touched on this on our team meeting last night when she talked about how, her business has been kind of a ministry for her. But this is really, I mean, really, we get to touch people's lives. It's an honor and a privilege to be able to do that. Okay. So, oh goodness, I need to move all these things all over the place, sharing my screen. Okay. So, so then it's easy to share when you're out and about. Okay. So you don't want to be scared. You want to be prepared. And there's a couple different ways that we can do that. So number one, a really easy way to start a conversation is to wear Pampered Chef logo wear, carry a bag, carry a Pampered Chef tote. You could wear your name badge. If you're super bold, you can wear your apron to the grocery store. And a lot of people carry different items with them. So, so you can carry like a Pampered Chef cookbook. So, which I think is a brilliant idea. And I don't know why I haven't personally thought of this before, because I'm always running online looking for ingredient lists. But how much better would it be if I'm standing there putting things in my cart with like with a book out, and people are going to be like, oh my God, Pampered Chef, right? So, so when you're in the brownie aisle, if you're carrying something like the Naughty Brownie recipe cards, you can just give them away, and I know some of you are probably thinking like, wait, you want me to talk to people like at the store while I'm out and about? Are you crazy? Okay. I've been called worse. But yeah, actually that's exactly what I want you to do. So, okay. So it's hard to see all these memes. I don't know if you guys are seeing what I'm saying, but so, so yeah. So I love this little meme because I'm not crazy. Maybe I am, but you gotta love me anyway, right? So anywhere there are people that eat, right? So how many people on this call here have struggled with dinner before Pampered Chef? How many of you struggled with which tools to use to get dinner on the table? How many of you have stared at your cabinet or refrigerator hoping that something would just jump out at you for dinner, right? We've all experienced these. So that means the people that we're running into in the supermarket are experiencing these too. So it's almost like we're selfish if we don't share. And so what do you say? So here's an example of some word choices. So hi, is that a good brownie mix brand? I'm making this recipe to try them out, and you can show them the Naughty Brownie recipe. Do you think this is a good brand? Have you ever heard of Pampered Chef? And oftentimes when we're out and about, we hear, oh my gosh, I love Pampered Chef. And then you're like, yeah, I know, right? So when's the last time you've been to a party? Would you like a new product flyer? So, and of course they do. So you can say, well, I'd love to follow up with you to see what you think about our new products. Can I get your information? And you can just use little Post-it stickers, or you can carry around drawing slips to capture their information, and just say, great, I'll call you tomorrow. Now here's the other piece of this. You must call them within 24 to 48 hours or just throw away that lead, because they lose interest, about at least 10% interest every day. And even more when they've just met you in the store instead of at a party, right? Because at a party we have more of a chance to be able to build a relationship with people. So those following up is really key. And I'm sure you guys have heard the term before, there's fortune in the follow-up. We learn by repetition, there's fortune in the follow-up. And you don't have to be fancy, really. Like I carry I will often carry the little mini catalogs in a little cellophane envelope. And then on the front of that envelope, I have little Post-its that I can just take their information, have them write down their name, phone number, and email, and boom, that's it. And we're on to the next thing. All right. So in the checkout line, you might say, I can't wait to try these brownies at home. Don't they look amazing? And then whoever you're talking to is going to ask about them. And you say, have you ever heard of Pampered Chef? And of course, you're probably going to hear, I love the Pampered Chef. And you're like, I know, right? So when's the last time you've seen a catalog? Here's a copy of our latest spring products. Check out this veggie spiralizer. It's taking the noodle world by storm. I'd love to follow up with you to see what you think about the new products. And then you hand them your Post-it note or the drawing slip and ask for their information. Can I get your information so I can follow back up with you? Great, thanks so much. Now, if they get really excited about the products, you want to ask them if they'd like to have a show, and get it for free instead. So hang on a sec, I don't know what happened here. Let's try that again. Okay, so, and it's really that easy. So sharing is just caring about what the people around you, and having a conversation. And when you start seeing what we do as a service, and when you start starting those conversations as a service to those people instead of a chore, it will become much easier and a lot more fun for you to do. So prospecting when you're out and about is nothing more than a friendly conversation. You also want to be prepared when someone asks you, well, what do? You don't really want to be fumbling around coming up with words that describe what you do, right? So you want to always be prepared with your 20-second commercial. I know that there's a couple of people in here who've been to networking groups and have really honed in on their 20-second commercial. But like some real quick one-liners, or I help create mealtime memories with quality tools and tasty recipes. I show busy families how to get dinner on the table in less than 30 minutes. I help people realize that cooking can be fun when you have the right tools. I help people discover their inner Rachel Ray. Try and say that 3 times fast. But all of these one-liners are designed for people to then ask you, what do you do? What do you do? And then you get to say,
Am I the only one having trouble hearing Troy?
Really?
Yeah, you all of a sudden started sounding like a robot. I think.
Yes, you sound like a computer.
Uh-oh. Hang on. Let me see.
Oh, that's good. You're good.
Oh, okay. All right. Alrighty. So where did I lose you guys? Because I want to make sure that you guys.
One-liner again.
So do you want me to go over all of the individual ones?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, so what I was saying is that you really want to be prepared with your 20-second commercial. So we have a few one-liners that you can use. Things like I help create mealtime memories with quality tools and tasty recipes. I show busy families how to get dinner on the table in less than 30 minutes. I help people realize that cooking can be fun when you have the right tools. And I help people discover their inner Rachel Ray. Now, all of these one-liners are designed for people to then ask you, oh, what do you do? And you can say, oh, I'm with the Pampered Chef. Have you heard of us? And 99% of the time, their response is going to be, oh my gosh, I love Pampered Chef, right? So, and the truth is, I'm so glad I'm not a lawyer, because no one ever says, oh my gosh, I love lawyers, right? Okay. All right. So now that we've prospected all over our errands at the post office, at the grocery store, and all those different places, let's talk real quickly about bookings at your show, because bookings really are the heart of our business. So the magic number is 2. You never want to close a party without at least 2 bookings. 2 cooking shows and 1 catalog or virtual show is even better if you're doing a cooking show. Now, obviously, if you're doing virtual parties, you want a minimum of 2 parties from every virtual party that you do. So the reason for this is because you have to have 1 show to replace the one that you just did, and then you have to have 1 show to grow your business. And then a catalog or an extra 3rd virtual party is just going to be gravy on your paycheck. So in order to get the 2 bookings, you have to ensure to do a few things. And we have like a really big list here, and I am going to go over each one individually. So the first thing is to host coach effectively, and next week's call will be more about that. Number 2, show up on time. And really on time for us is early. We want to be there to set up. We want to be there to have one-on-one time with our hosts because, as we know, hosts are our strongest recruit leads. Okay, one of these other things you're going to hear 11 million times, hosts are our strongest recruit leads. You want to make sure all your dishes are clean. Big deal, right? Because if you have animals, it's kind of gross if you're taking, dishes out and there's like dog hair on them and stuff like that. So you want to make sure that your dishes are clean and that you're dressed appropriately. Same thing. You don't want to have walked out like wearing your pet on your pant leg out the door, right? Smell good. Again, real basic stuff, hygiene. And again, if we have animals or children that puke on us, we want to make sure that we smell good when we get there. And we want to talk about high priced products to create a desire that's beyond their budget. And that's really what we heard from Joe and Christine, right? And we want to make our host feel special and appreciated. We want to go over bookings in our intro and demo several times and in our closing. So, and we can talk to you more about that if you need help with your opening and your closing. And, utilize the door prize slips. We all got them in our new consultant kits. And, when we earn Pampered Chef dollars, we can order more for free. But utilize those door prize slips and walk people through them. So instead of, you don't necessarily have to have people fill it out as they go in. You can do it more as an activity together, where you walk them through the boxes and tell them to check yes. Tell them, that to check yes on the different options about having a party and it being interested in the business and all that stuff. And you know what they're going to do, but you definitely want to encourage them to check yes. So you also want to do the 3-pile checkout, which means ask every single guest and be prepared to handle objections. So like if someone says, no, they don't want to host a show, or no, they don't want to join your team, you really want to make sure that you respond, is that no, not now, or no, not ever? And that's important because it gives you permission to then follow up with them again in the future, okay? And you know what? If they say no, not ever, you can just thank them for being honest with you. And, because now they've just saved you a bunch of time. You don't have to call them back, right? So if they say no to a cooking show, you can also ask if they'll do a virtual party. And if they say no, you can also ask for a referral of someone they know that would do a party. And the other thing you can do is turn your host into a booking agent for you, right? Because your host is going to get 50% off items at all of their friends' parties, okay? And you can even offer an incentive to the guests or to the host. When the host gets 3 bookings, she can get a prize in a bag. Or when you book a show, I'll bring the ingredients for a molten lava cake, right? That costs us like $3. So number 15 is you want to know about your products. You want, when you're doing your demo, you want to know about your products and talk about them so that in a way that creates interest in either purchasing them or getting a booking so that they can get it at a discount. And smile a lot. Have fun with people. No one wants to book a show with Eeyore, right? But we definitely want to book a show with Tigger because Tigger is super fun. Oh my goodness. Okay, okay. Have your calendar ready and clear to book dates right then and there. So this is really key. You want to make sure at every show that you know when your next dates are available. And you want to get them on your calendar if at all possible right then. And if not, then you want to write down the dates that you do have available for the month that they're wanting. So this is to tell them to contact you as soon as they pick their date. If they don't contact with you within 2 days, then group text the potential and current hosts at the same time to follow up. Yes, kind of sneaky, but at least it, the host has a vested interest in this because the host is going to get some benefits when their friends book. Right? Okay. So So here's the thing. So we want to make sure that we have goals for every party. So you can start saying to yourself on the way to every party, I will get 2 cooking shows and 1 catalog show booked tonight. Okay. And you really want to use positive affirmations are a great tool to be able to use. I am a booking magnet. Everybody wants to book a show with me. I'm so much fun. Everybody wants to have me in their house. Okay. And you don't want to stop. You want to stop saying I wish and start saying I will. Okay. I am the problem with possible, right? So everything is possible if I get out of the way. Okay. There we go. Okay. So this is what we talked about last week, which was our 4 pillars of success, which are belief, passion, skill, and will. Okay. And I challenge you to strengthen your system so much that your belief in our 3 opportunities just like pours out of you, exudes from you. The opportunity to purchase, the opportunity to book a show, and the opportunity to join one of the fastest growing teams in the company. When you wake up, the first thing you should think is, whose life will I change today? This week, I want you to look at your passion behind this company's booking opportunity. You have got to believe that we have the best thing ever and be so completely passionate about it that you can't help booking a ton of parties. Are you passionate at your parties? Are you passionate about your products? Can they tell that you are in love with your products? Can your customers and guests tell that when you're talking about bookings, how much fun it's going to be and how crazy they'd be not to have a party? Can you paint a picture so clear that they just have to join your team? They want to be a part of what you're doing. I love the Pampered Chef. So here we go again. So here are some things, and if you guys have paper, this is a good time to pull it out, and so we can kind of write our answers again. And I want you to answer yes or no honestly. Okay, so I'm giving you just a second. So are you passionate about our products? Are you passionate about the products that you are bringing to shows? Are you passionate about the Pampered Chef products that you're using in your kitchen? Are you passionate about booking shows? And when I say booking shows, I almost think that that's the wrong way to phrase it, because when we say it's about booking shows, we really need to remember, are you passionate about doing shows? Are you passionate about bringing our products into the homes of other people, whether it's via their computer, via a virtual party, or literally carrying our products into their home and giving their friends the opportunity to touch them and play with them and try them out? And are you passionate about sharing our business opportunity? You know, we all have different reasons that we are doing Pampered Chef. But the truth is that this is an opportunity that can do a lot of different things for a lot of different people, whether it's clearing credit card debt, whether it's helping a single mom make ends meet, whether it's allowing someone to stay home with their children, whether it's allowing someone to plan for retirement. We have an amazing business opportunity that can have quite an impact on so many people. So whether you are or not, it shows. And I really want you to share these answers with your director when you have your weekly director call with them. So if you do not feel passionate, how can we find your passion? Okay, so I want to make sure, like, if your answer is no to some of those questions, that's okay. But we don't want to stop there, okay? We want to keep moving, and we want to help you find your passion. This is why it's important to talk about this when you're on your weekly call with your director. So number one, a great place to find passion about our product and about our company and about our opportunity is to attend National Conference. National Conference, you are going to meet people from all over the country that have all different tips and tricks to share with you, that have all different personal stories that will inspire you. And to be able to connect with other people that are doing the same things that you're doing. Another thing you can do to find your passion is to go through Pampered Chef University, PCU again. There are lots of different videos of our peers that are sharing. There are great trainings that really help train us to communicate about our products to people. And sometimes, you know, when we're trying to remember stuff, that can get in the way of our passion. So sometimes the repetition of going through things at PCU can really help us with that. Watching YouTube videos. Guys, if you just on YouTube do a search for Pampered Chef, you're not only going to get stuff from the home office, but you're going to see stuff from other consultants as well. You're going to want to play with your tools at home. Use all of your Pampered Chef tools. You know, these new consultant kits come with amazing tools. Plus, we have the opportunity to earn all kinds of free product. You want to be playing with them and using them and trying them out in your own home. And you know what? That also gets people excited. You want to attend team meetings. This is an important one. You know, we offer extra training at team meetings, and a lot of times when we get extra training, that builds our confidence. And when our confidence is built, it gives us even more freedom to share our passion. You want to listen to training calls like the ones that we did, you know, in our homework, which obviously everyone who's here knows about that, and it sounds like everybody that's here actually got something out of that homework. So accountability, number 7, find a batter bowl buddy to keep you accountable. So if you feel like, you know what, you need help in that department, you partner up with someone. We are maybe in business for ourselves, but we are not in business by ourselves. So number 8 is you want to find a fair or booth to work so that you can hear how much everybody loves Pampered Chef. I will tell you that gets really exciting. As someone who has restarted my business twice in 8 months through 2 long distance moves, 1 overseas move and 1 cross country move, 2 in 8 months, the way that I've been able to build my business in both places is to do vendor events. And one of the things that I hear all the time, people will come up to my table and be like, oh my gosh, I love Pampered Chef. I haven't been to a Pampered Chef party in 10 years. I love that. Because that means that they have things in their kitchen that they've had for the last 10 years. And you're going to hear that, and it's going to get you even more excited because it shows you what an opportunity there is in the area that you're in. Number 9, come to a recipe night. If you are near a local director who's holding meetings or recipe nights, I want to encourage you to go. You want to go to every possible event that is going to allow for training and for you to learn about our products and give you an opportunity to use and play with our products. Number 10 is to find a Pampered Chef mentor. And guys, we have an amazing leadership team of directors that you can count on to help mentor you. And we also have an amazing executive director who has made herself available to more than just her personal team, but really to all of us here. So that accountability and finding a mentor, those are also some really great ideas. Fantastic. Oh my gosh. Okay, so right on time. So any questions? I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen so I can see everybody's beautiful faces.
Troy, I actually have a comment to share.
Yes.
Okay, so besides the Post-it note thing, I ended up taking a picture of my business card. And then I would say to people, like I met someone at my daughter's hairdresser, and I said, oh yes, I am a Pampered Chef consultant. She goes, oh my gosh, I love Pampered Chef. And I'm like, oh, I don't have a catalog with me. Do you have your cell phone? She's like, yeah. I was like, can I get your number and I'll text you my business card? And then I had an opportunity with her phone number to follow up with her. She ended up doing a catalog show for me for $650.
That's awesome. I love that. So see, those out and about contacts are important. The other thing is if you don't have a business card that you love, you can go to redstamp.com and create. Oh, go ahead. Did you want to talk about that, Liz?
No, I was just going to say that's what I did. Instead of taking a picture, I went to Redstamp and made a digital postcard. And people were pretty impressed with that at conference last year. So just I am. But
awesome.
I don't get brilliant ideas very often, so when I do, I'm pretty proud. But yeah, and same thing, and I tell them right there to save it in their phone as Pampered Chef Liz with, because I say, you're not going to remember my name, but you're going to remember I'm the Pampered Chef lady.
Awesome. Great ideas here. Terrific. So guys, I just shared, I know, like a whole lot of information. So are there any questions before I move on to talk about the homework? Okay, I'll take that as a no. All right, so your homework this week is going to be to listen to the Abundant Bookings call with Susan Warshay, and we will have a Google form for you, but we will also have a link directly to this video. I'm sorry, directly to this training. And you're going to want to share with your director at least 5 takeaways. So if you are someone that is listening to this, like while you're in the car, you're on the go, if you can take like voice notes so that you can make sure that if it's going to be a few days until you talk to your director, that you are able to go ahead and make sure that you have these things down. So, okay. And then I want to talk to you, you know what, if I can make this work.
How do you take voice notes?
So I have an iPhone, and you can go into notes, and then I don't know if I can show you this, but okay. So you can go into notes, and then when you bring your keyboard up, there's a little microphone, and that microphone is like a voice to text thing. It's not always 100%, but usually when you're going back and looking at it, you kind of can.
Okay, that's a great idea. I never even thought about that because I'm always like, oh, I can't listen to this while I'm in the car because I can't take notes, and I have to take notes. That's awesome.
There you go. So, and I just, I'm going to share my screen one more time because I want you guys to see this other part of the homework. And again, this is going to be posted. But so the other part of our homework is going to be how many shows will you commit to booking this week? And guys, remember, this is about you getting what you want out of your business. So if you are someone that wants to be doing 2 shows a week or 2 shows a month, that's fine. But we want you to be in booking mode this week. So we're going to ask you how many shows you're going to commit to booking this week. How many out and about contacts will you commit to this week? I want to say I know for sure that there's people on this call that have made some really fun and exciting out and about contacts. And Shireen, I'm totally calling you out because we had our call this week, but I was really impressed. Shireen's a brand new consultant and is doing this as a hobby, but she made some really great out and about contacts. And you want to set up a follow-up with your director to discuss, basically all the things we've discussed, but these 2 things in particular, your out and about contacts and your bookings. And you also want to talk with us about how many leads you got and how many bookings you got, where their sales, what were your challenges? And the other thing is, and this is one thing that I want to get, and this is really going to happen more in our one-on-ones with our directors instead of on the calls, but what's your one brag that you have this week? And, I'd love to end this call. I want to say thank you to everyone for attending. And I know we're 7 minutes over. How can I stop share here? Whoops, there we go. Okay. But I just want to brag on everyone that's here because I really think that, you know what? Also, oh my gosh, Tate Jones had another great out and about contact while he was walking his dog, so I know that these are things that you guys are doing, and these are things that brand new consultants can do. You don't need to be a seasoned consultant to do these out and about contacts. There's lots of different ways to do them. And I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to invest in your business. And I'm really excited you guys are here tonight. Are there any questions before we stop the recording?
No, but thank you, Troy. You did a fabulous job.
Oh, thank you, Becky. That means a lot coming from you. Thank you.
Okay, can you clarify the homework real quick, Troy, where you said how many shows will you commit to booking this week? You're talking about it could be like April. Like I'm going to book my calendar for April.
It does.
Okay, so it's not like I'm going to do 2 shows this week.
No.
Okay.
No, you're just going to talk to people.
I'm going on spring break, for goodness sake. So I'm just saying.
You're good. You're good. So good. Well, okay, so we can stop the recording. I just, again, want to say